What if I told you there was a way to turn back the clock and restore your youthfulness? What if you could reduce aging? What if you could increase your brain power, eradicate brain fog, and improve your overall energy? What if you could heal your body, reduce inflammation, regenerate old cells, and even produce stem cells? What if you could fix your digestive issues, solve type 2 diabetes, or clear your skin? What if you could kickstart your self-transformation journey and become a completely different version of yourself? And what if I told you that all you have to do is nothing? No pill, no cream, no workout regimen. It's completely free. Now, a little disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor. I don't have the credentials. I'm speaking from my experience and the data and research that is available. This is merely my opinion, and nothing in this video should be taken as medical advice, but I really want to increase the awareness of fasting because it could solve a lot of problems for our chronically overfed and sick society. I encourage you to do additional research on this topic. That being said, nutrition and longevity has been a passion of mine, and I think that others can benefit from my experience. I've been fasting for 4 years now and been through many ups and downs, many trials and errors. I fasted as long as 4 days or 96 hours. I fasted way too frequently and way too much, and probably overdone it at some points. I've done a 24-hour dry fast with no water during that time and then carried that over into a 2-day water fast. And I don't recommend that to anyone. It was way too aggressive. I've done intermittent fasting and still do a variation of that, pretty much only eating fruit until about 2 p.m. and then eating my first meal then. You'll hear stories of people that went for 7 days or even as long as 30 days. This might be possible for experienced fasters, but right now I think a lot of the population needs to start small and simple. Even a 24-hour fast can kickstart a health transformation. In this video, I'll discuss who should be undertaking a sustained fast and who should not be, the science behind fasting, a timeline of the fasting benefits at intervals like 24, 36, 48 hours and beyond, when and how to break a fast, and tips to maximize the benefits of the fast and make it more enjoyable while you're doing it. There's so many benefits to fasting that I could talk all day about them, but I'm going to try to explain them as simply as possible and hopefully motivate you to try it. First, fasting really isn't for people with very, very high metabolism and very low body fat. I'm saying that these people could go for 18 to 24 hours max. It's also not the best for athletes that are very active on a daily basis and constantly burning calories and burning fat. These people are already getting some of the benefits of fasting and the regenerative effects, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I'd also definitely caution women with low body fat before undertaking a sustained fast, and really just women in general. You can be more sensitive to a fast. Fasting definitely isn't for those who struggle with anorexia or body image. It's not for those who simply just want to lose weight. And obviously it's mentally dangerous, but it also won't be effective because you'll just yo-yo back to your old lifestyle. It's for those who truly want to make lifestyle changes. How do you know if fasting is for you? Fasting will be good for those with digestion problems, those with skin problems, those with slow metabolisms, those that struggle with brain fog, those that struggle with high body inflammation, and those with food addictions or unhealthy diets to reset your taste buds. I swear the most simple foods will taste like heaven after you fast. And you might turn away from high sugar and processed foods and gain a new appreciation for natural food after doing this. Fasting is really like a cheat code because it's so simple and has so many powerful benefits. But you don't get all those benefits for nothing. It's a mental test. A lot of our suffering happens upstairs in our mind. You will be tested upstairs multiple times, but you will get stronger because of this. You will be happy and proud of yourself and gain more self-confidence when you went through this in the end. There are many kinds of fasting out there, and you can do your own research on which one will be best for you, but I do one that's called a sustained water fast. This is fasting for 24 hours or more with just water. I recommend that you only go on a sustained fast a maximum of like 4 times a year. I like to do it once at the start of every season to kind of restart things and kind of rebirth myself. I'm actually in the middle of a fast right now. I plan to do a 36-hour fast, and 36 hours was 3 hours ago. So right now I'm at 39 hours, but I feel so damn good that I'm just going to continue it for a little bit longer. 36 to 40 hours tends to be the sweet spot for me. So I'm only drinking water for that time period, plus electrolytes. Ever since I started adding electrolytes to my fast, and by the way, electrolytes, just pure electrolytes, do not break the fast, my fasts have been a lot more enjoyable and a lot easier. Sometimes I'll throw a small cup of black coffee in there, which does not break the fast, technically, but I want it to be pure and really get the full benefits from the fast this time, and also give my digestive system a break from caffeine. Now, your main goal for fasting should not be just losing weight. That is called starving yourself, which is a psychological problem. The reason fasting is so necessary for our society today is to reverse the damage that overeating has done. We are chronically overfed. We are addicted to food, and we constantly feel like we need more and more and more to get more energy. We can't go like 4 or 5 hours without getting a headache because we haven't eaten. Our body was once adapted to eating less food, which is why there are so many benefits to fasting, as it kind of unlocks our DNA and our genetics when we abstain from food, and we realign with our evolution. When we eat, our insulin works to break down the food and store it as glycogen or sugar in our muscles for energy. Once this storage is maxed out, then the excess is stored as fat. Then it's a cycle of not using the energy we've consumed, eating more that we really don't need, and then storing it as more fat. Further, chronic overeating may cause us to be insulin resistant, where insulin is not as effective in converting food to glycogen for energy in our muscles, and then excessive sugar enters our bloodstream. This is where type 2 diabetes can occur. Fasting reverses this process and allows our insulin to work correctly. Alcohol completely ruins our metabolism as well. Once I stopped drinking consistently, my body, my organs, and my hormones all had a chance to recover. A lot of our metabolisms are messed up. They aren't supposed to be that slow. Mine used to be really bad. I would eat like any little carb and get bloated and blown up and get really bad brain fog. Now I can eat anything and digest it better and be able to use those nutrients more. What's crazy is that right now, at the age of 26, I have a better metabolism than I did when I was 16 or 17, when I was running miles a day playing soccer. And I really don't run or work out excessively anymore. I'm not in a cycle of punishing myself through excessive working out because I'm overeating. I really believe that I have been aging backwards. I feel younger today than I did when I was 18. Once you fast, you'll realize that you need less food to have energy. You will change the way you look at food, not necessarily eating for taste all the time, but eating to fuel what your body needs. If you're sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, the only reason you're eating excessive amounts of food is because you are addicted to it. So at 12 hours after your fast, your insulin levels will drop. At 18 hours, your body will have burned off most of the glycogen storage in your muscles, and this is where you enter the fat burning state called ketosis. Your energy might start to feel depleted at this point, especially if you have minimal experience with fasting. I found that the 18 to 24 hour mark is usually the hardest for me. You might get a headache, and hunger pangs will definitely be their highest. This is a point where I realize that food cravings are just mental, and I can really distract myself and forget about them. We usually eat off of the mental craving and not really the true need for food. At this point, it's like your body is sending out alarm signals to eat. It's like waves of hunger. But ride it out. They will decrease soon. You'll want to break the fast, but don't. You'll have all these visions in your head of what you want to eat, but push through. This is where the amazing benefits are just starting. I'll discuss breaking the fast later in the video. When you get to 24 hours, this is when fasting becomes easier and actually enjoyable. Every time, once I hit around 24 hours, I get a large and noticeable increase in mental clarity. It's not like an overstimulated rush of mental energy, but more like a calm, grounded, and centered clearness. This feels freaking amazing, and it really reminds me of how low that I operate mentally. Now, this happens because of an increased level of BDNF, which enhances the survival of existing neurons in the brain and encourages the connection of new neurons and synapses. Fasting can literally upgrade your brain and increase your ability to learn. From the 24 to 36 hour mark, I usually find myself being really productive. I like reading and writing because I feel like I'm processing the information better from my brain into reality. I'm even making this video right now and I feel like my thoughts are flowing better. My brain is working better because I feel lighter and the BDNF is increasing my brain capacity. You also get a huge spike in human growth hormone around this time, which is freaking crazy. This is actually insane. Some studies show that HGH can increase 2 times to up to 5 times during a 24-hour fast. This is the stuff that MLB players inject themselves with to hit more home runs, and you can increase this naturally. Your body also starts to repair itself during this time. This is really where the magic happens and what excites me most about fasting. You can reverse aging and the damage that your body has gone through. Fasting is connected to living a longer life. This magical process is called autophagy. Since your body now has no fuel to use, it will start consuming cells that are old, damaged, and functioning poorly. Your body is basically cleaning itself from everything that weighs you down. Now, autophagy is happening all the time. Our body is constantly trying to heal itself. It has the innate capacity to heal itself. Exercise can increase autophagy as well. However, just like our metabolism has been slowed down, so has our ability to heal itself because we are constantly damaging without rejuvenating. Our rate of autophagy decreases as we get older, but this is a way to speed it back up. The telomeres of our DNA also get damaged, and this is a way to revamp and express the highest form of our genetics. Inflammation in the body decreases as well. I've been having knee problems recently, and once I get to 24 hours fasting, the pain is gone. This is huge for recovery. The tightness in my muscles decreases and I feel more flexible. People also talk about getting more stronger in the gym after they fast. This is where skin health can improve, reducing the oxidative stress that causes unhealthy skin. Now, 36 hours is my sweet spot. It's long enough to get tons of benefits and give me a complete reset, but it's not too long. My digestive system gets a nice break and my gut health improves. My blood pressure reduces and is more balanced, and it allows a little more time for my organs to regenerate. At 48 hours, the rate of autophagy will begin to peak. HGH is reaching its peak as well. Your insulin levels are continuing to decrease. It might start to get difficult again around 40 to 48 hours as your body is really detoxing and repairing at this point. Remember that everyone's body is different, so these time periods may not be the same for everyone. I'll tell you right now that if you fast for 48 hours, you put yourself in a category of your own compared to the entire population. That is a true feat to be proud of. Remember to work up to this level over time. As you gain more experience and confidence, you can work up to extended fasts like 3 to 4 days, which is where stem cell production and increased regeneration occurs. But the majority of the population really needs to start with 24 to 36 hours. Make sure you can walk before you can run. Maybe you try a fruit-only fast and go a day or two with just eating fruit. Start slow and really observe how your body feels before working up to like 48 hours and 3 and 4 days. Start to reduce calories in the day or two before you do the fast. Eat foods with high levels of nutrients and try to minimize processed foods. These things will help to reduce a possible food withdrawal during the fast where you get increased headaches and hunger pangs. Make sure to supplement electrolytes during the fast. and before the fast as well. I supplement with sea salt and magnesium during my fast, and I'll also have a 0-calorie electrolyte packet on hand if I start to feel a little dizzy or lightheaded. If you ever feel lightheaded or dizzy during a fast and it doesn't go away when you take the electrolytes, stop the fast immediately. Now, how can you tell if you should stop the fast or push through? Push through the hunger cravings. You'll eventually get to a point in the fast where those cravings subside. Push through headaches and supplement with electrolytes. The dizziness and feeling sick in any other way is the main thing you want to watch out for. You can always stop and try again the next time just to be safe. If you feel very sluggish, this is common because your body is detoxing. Try to continue a bit longer and see if you feel better, but then break the fast if you feel too uncomfortable. This fast that I'm doing right now, I actually didn't feel sluggish at all, and I felt freaking amazing after 24 hours. So that tells me my body has less to detox right now. Keep yourself busy throughout the day. This can get your mind occupied with something else besides not eating. I always like watching videos about the benefits of fasting to motivate me if I'm struggling during a fast. Can you work out during a fast? Yes, you can, but I wouldn't push it. I like to do something light, like light cardio or walking during a fast. So when it's time, how do you break the fast? This is just as important, if not more important, than what you do during the fast. Because now your body has broken down everything and you want to build a more powerful body from here on out. Do not break a sustained fast with sugars, even if it is natural sugar in fruit. We want the lowest spike in insulin levels and blood sugar levels as possible to avoid something called refeeding syndrome, where you could literally die. Your body isn't ready yet, so make sure you take it slow. You want to stick with low glycemic foods. I personally like beef bone broth to break a fast. I wait an hour or two, let that digest, and then I eat a small meal. If you want to maximize the benefits and continue the healing process from the fast, ensure you are eating natural and nutrient-dense foods in the day or two at least after the fast. Since your taste buds are reset and now like you ate an apple and the apple tastes freaking amazing, you didn't realize how good an apple tasted, now may be the perfect time to embark on a diet shift. So hopefully this video was a solid intro into fasting. I really believe that it is the key to healing our mentally and physically sick society and upgrading ourselves as a species. I encourage you to look further into fasting and try it out for yourself. Let me know in the comments if you have experience with fasting and any feedback you have on this video. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to support the channel. Peace.